Huh. Oh, hi. I'm back, I guess. Yeah, well, it looks like I'll be talking about the Electoral College. Ah, yes. That's what I'm talking about. And it looks like my source is the National Library. Okay, then. The Electoral College is how we elect our president. And no, it is not a place. It is a group of people. I learned that the hard way. The people who make up the Electoral College are the electors. There's a process to choosing the electors. The first part is done by the political parties in the US, and this part generally happens before the election. The parties generally choose people for party loyalty, or if they are friends of the or family of the candidates. The second part is done during the election, when they are actually voting for an when someone votes for a candidate, they are actually voting for an elector. It supports the candidate. The electors have restrictions on who can be an elector to make sure corruption can't happen during the election. The Constitution says an elector can't hold office in the federal government, and the 14th Amendment says they can't be in an act of rebellion or colluding with enemies of the U.S. Electors don't get to vote twice for president either. In November, they are voting for themselves as electors. In December, the electors come together to actually vote for the president, as they are the only ones who actually vote for who gets to be president. If you're wondering if there are restrictions on who the electors can vote for, there are none. There are no restrictions on who the electors can vote for as president. Yes, even a pineapple if it's a candidate. Well, actually, some states' laws say if an elector chooses to vote against who the people wanted, they can be fined to being disqualified. So maybe that pineapple won't win the election. If you're probably wondering, why should I vote if the electors choose the president? To that I say, your state in the Electoral College would be without a candidate. See, when you vote for a candidate, you're actually telling your state which candidate you want as president. You aren't actually voting for that candidate. The electoral votes are chosen based on the amount of senators and representatives. 2 votes for its senators plus the amount of congressional districts. DC is given 3 votes with the 23rd Amendment. Some states don't have proportional voting, though most don't, and use a winner takes all instead. Maybe that pineapple can get enough electoral votes, it could win, though it's not likely, unless the pineapple gets to 70 votes. It won't win the election. It's rare for an elector to side against their party. They hold a leadership role in their party and are chosen for their service to their party over the years they were a part of that party. After the election, your governor makes a certificate of ascertainment with the amount of votes for a candidate. Then the electors vote on who they want to be president or who their candidate is. Then make a certificate of vote to come. Then on January 6th, they get together to certify the vote count. Then the president-elect gets sworn into office. I also want you to think about your state's voting history. It could help you tell you who your state will vote for. If your state's voting history is all over the place, it's a swing state. If it votes consistently for one party, then it's a safe state. But even then, you shouldn't consider this into account. In 2016, Michigan voted Republican, and in 2020, Georgia voted Democrat. Don't think things like that can't happen, as they could and have happened.